All right, I want you guys to go support Piston Mike. Y'all go hit the subscribe button. He at 480 right now. Let's get him to 1,000, 100,000, 500,000, million subscribers as soon as possible, bid. Let's help him put it down. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. If you like the Pistons, you want to support me, think about sending me a donation. Best way you can help me right now is go subscribe over to Piston Mike and go help him get his numbers up, putting in work, hard work, smart work, dedicated work, consistent work. So make sure you go over there and appreciate that work. So remember, the name is Piston Mike, and I have a link in the description. If you have a problem finding it on YouTube, it'll be under source link or Piston Mike channel link in the description. Peace. All right, Deshaun Watson has been cleared of all charges. So the Lions, I believe, should go out there and go full force and go try to push their best bid together. I think they have the assets and from players to picks and picks to players. I believe they have the assets to make that happen. But the only downside to it would be um, it would be the only bad thing about it is you have to convince them to come here. I mean, Houston is one of the booming cities, a lot of things to do. You have to erase the stigma that Detroit got. It had to be Dan Campbell selling it to him. It had to be Brad Holmes being the black GM selling it to him. It had to be the coaching staff, Deuce Staley and Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn uh, being former players selling it to him. So they really would have to sell this to Deshaun Watson on why he should go there. And they saying the Panthers are going all in to trade him. Carolina, that's a nice little city down there in Charlotte. Obviously the Carolinas, they share them. And, obviously you have to dump off Jared Goff. Would they take Jared Goff in return? Is the question. It's a big cap figure. They got around 36 million in cap after the Trey Flowers deal clear. Also then you got him easing them in. A lot of people say, well, you always can take Willis, and yeah, that could be easier to take Willis. You believe in him. Darren Orlovsky said if Willis was 6'2", he'd be the number one overall pick. I'm really concerned about the size. He's built pretty solid and pretty thickly, and he athletic enough. I don't really think that's the issue. They got a big, strong offensive line, so Willis can always be an option. But if you can get Watson, that make a lot of sense, bro. Known commodity. What is he, like 25, 26 years old? Obviously you have to watch him because you have to ease him into it coming off a long layoff too, soft tissue injuries and stuff of that nature. But the only thing I really see that's probably really troubling, with getting him is just is convincing him to come here. Convincing him to come here. He said he didn't want to go to Philly. Obviously it's cold here, but we play in the dome. We got a good offensive line. We got a question at right guard. That's something we can take care of. What about bringing like Lincoln Tomlinson back? That should be crazy, wouldn't it? Would Lions fans be interested in bringing him back here because he done well in San Francisco? In San Francisco. So, that'll be that'll be interesting. So that's the only real question we got at right guard, and then you got a good tight end. You got some good receivers. You know what I'm saying? So you got to add a receiver, but I think they add somebody good in the draft. It's Pickens, if it's Drake London, who's really good, who might slide to us. So we might move up and get him. But giving up the assets, my thing has always been I'm not really mad at them giving up the assets because a lot of those picks they blow anyway. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those picks, blow. We end up getting rid of them and getting nothing for them in return. So that's something to think about. We end up getting rid of a lot of these guys and getting nothing in return. So the contract, I'm willing to absorb it, man. I'm probably willing to whip it up if he play good and give us an extension. And the defense played good too, but giving up, I give up 4 first-round picks and maybe future 3rd and 4th, or I give up TJ Hawkinson, Jared Goff, and
DeAndre Swift and opt in his fifth option, yeah, I would do that. At least I still have a second round pick. I can do something with. You know what I'm saying? Um, so at least you still got the second round pick. So think about that for a minute. So still got a lot of middle round picks to really build something around him, find a guard, find the receivers and stuff of that nature. So I mean, you still got you still got help. Still got help. Still got help. So oh yeah, I'll be willing to give them the the four first round picks the next 2 years, and Swift and Golfing if they want Golf and Hawkinson, I'd be willing to do it. I would try, man, or you could say, you know what, man, we give you a third this year and give you a third next year or a second next year to make it work. So I'd be willing to do that, bro. But like I said before, I don't want to give up that second this year. If I can just give up, if I can keep the players and give up a third this year, the second next year, then that'll kind of work. Or right around the lines with Russell Wilson, guys. So that might make sense. But like I said before, you evaluate the talent in the draft, see what you can get. I mean, you can wait to draft day. I don't know how quick he'll be traded, but you can wait to draft day and wait something happen. But I see they should get Willis. I was talking to somebody at the liquor store yesterday. Guy was like, "Oh, it's just too high." Lions fans scared to take a risk. Defensive end is not gonna change now. Look at Khalil Mack. Take the risk. Do something you ain't done before. Keep doing the same thing, drafting defensive linemen and getting the same defensive players and linemen, all linemen, and getting the same result. Getting the same result every year. Not worried if he's not 6'2", 3, 4, whatever, man. If he can play, he can play. He built starting. He ain't got an injury history. He can play. Sit him for a year, do something that you usually ain't done, developing them, and then next year get in there and do it. That's always an option. He's a beast. He got the hand size. He got the elite arm. He got the character. What's the problem? You take Thibodeau, you take Hutchinson. They're not gonna change too much in the wins and loss column. So, I mean, you can give up a lot and get Washington. Do something that we ain't done. Do something that we ain't done. So that's fine. That's fine. You can do something that ain't been done and get Washington, get Willis. It ain't nothing about them being colored, but you need a mobile quarterback. You got a good offensive line. If you can keep Willis and develop behind everybody, if you beat up Jared Goff, so be it. Somebody be looking for a quarterback in training camp. Somebody gonna be going down and they feel comfortable with do something. But you keep buying from. Oh, we already been through this the last 12 years. Drafting interior linemen, drafting linebackers, drafting tight ends. That's what we draft over the last 12 seasons. And nothing changed. So that's just something to look at, man. But yeah, I'd be willing to give up the capital for the kid by far. So you pair him with George Pickens, or if you got enough money to get Allen Robinson or whoever else the hell you want as a receiver, do it. Do it. It just simply makes too damn much sense. It makes too much sense. But convincing him is the biggest thing. So that's what kind of make Willis more of a possibility. I like Matt Corral elite too. He not built as sturdy as Willis, but once you come here upgrade in, you keep Hawkinson, Swift, or Watson. You're able to add Pickens or another receiver in the draft or in the free agency, man. That's scary. Get you a right guard in the middle round. So I mean, yeah, but you know, makes too much sense. Yeah, Sean Watson is what, 26? Yeah, 26 years, I'll be 27 in September. So why not? But if you had to ask me, I probably would lean I probably lean towards convincing him. Definitely would. I probably lean towards convincing him to come here, play, ball out. I probably lean towards that. Trying to get him here. I tell him I'll give him a voice in the front office. You know, the selling point is the coaching staff and the black GM. That's the selling point. And being somewhere that he can trust. So that's the selling point. But yeah, I'll do it. You don't get an opportunity with so many great quarterbacks that's out here yet. It's a great opportunity. So yeah, I mean, but like I said before, people talking about defensive end, edge rusher. I don't mind it. But it's not gonna change nothing on that win column until you fix that quarterback. If Jared Goff was Matthew Stafford, I'd be like, yeah, Stafford got enough talent. We drive the edge, get more pressure, play better defense, and get us over the hump. I get it, but Jared Goff just not proficient enough, dude. And quarterback, rebuilding don't start until you find a guy. When you rebuild a team, right? The Lions, you've been in the top 5 the last couple of years, or you've been in the, you was top 3 with Jeff Okuda, top 3 again 2 years later. You know what I'm saying? You just top 2 this year. You know, a rebuild don't start till you get a quarterback. It don't. And Cincinnati showed that. So, if you can put your pause on Deshaun Watson, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Hell of a lot of sense. So something that they got to think about. But it's my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Trading for Deshaun Watson or not, you know. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, the bell icon button. Hit our notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop a video. Financially support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Press to donate, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop a video. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.